Okay, so last week I was talking on the phone with my mom back home in Indiana, and I mentioned offhandedly that I was taking 2 full weeks off for a spontaneous vacation in Spain. And guys, there was this dead silence on the line. My mom literally goes, Maya, are you getting fired? I had to laugh so hard because I forgot that in the US, taking 2 weeks off in a row feels like committing a corporate crime. It made me realize something wild. I've lived in Germany for 3 years now, and the longer I stay here, the more I realize that so many things Americans treat like impossible sci fi fantasies are literally just normal Tuesday stuff over here. We are talking basic, everyday systems that back home we are told could never work in a big country, except it works here every single day. So today I am breaking down 9 things Germany completely solved that America still pretends are impossible. Starting off with number 1, going to the doctor without taking out a personal loan. The first time I got flu level sick in Germany, I was freaking out. Back in the US, if you get sick, you either drag your body to work and infect the office, or stay home, burn through your tiny stash of 3 sick days, and panic about your paycheck. But here, my German coworker looked at me like I was insane when I asked how many sick days we get per year. She was like, "What do you mean? If you are sick, you stay home until you are healthy." In Germany, you get paid 100% of your salary for up to 6 weeks per illness. You just get a doctor's note called a Krankenschein. Wait, actually, let me rephrase that. It's basically an official sick note, and you rest. No losing pay, no guilt trips. And medical bills? I had an ER visit last year, got checked out, received meds, and walked out paying $0 out of pocket. Germans view healthcare as basic public infrastructure, not a luxury subscription service. Number 2, higher education that doesn't leave you with 30 years of debt. Back home in Indiana, pretty much all my friends are still paying off tens of thousands of dollars in student loans. We were raised believing that if you want a decent career, you just have to accept carrying mortgage sized debt in your 20s. But in Germany, public university tuition was abolished back in 2014. My friend Jonas went to a top German university for engineering, and do you know what he paid per semester? Around 300 euros. And get this, that fee included a semester ticket for unlimited local public transport. So his entire degree cost less than what I spent on freshman year textbooks alone in America. Germans don't view university as an exclusive club. They see it as an investment in society. If young people aren't drowning in debt, they buy homes and start businesses sooner, boosting the economy faster. It is so painfully logical. Number 3, public transit that actually works. I grew up in the Midwest, where if you don't have a car, you are basically under house arrest. Everything is spread out, parking is a nightmare, and if you can't afford a vehicle, good luck getting a job. When I first moved here, I thought I'd eventually have to buy a car. But then I found out about the Deutschland ticket. For 49 euros a month, you get unlimited rides on every regional train, city bus, tram, and subway across the entire country. I can jump on a local train in Munich, transfer to a bus, explore a town 3 hours away, and not pay an extra cent. In the US, people say America is too big for transit. But Germany proves you don't need bullet trains everywhere. You just need connected local networks. German train delays are a total meme here, don't get me wrong. But living without a $400 monthly car payment plus insurance? I am never going back. Number 4, a recycling system that actually works. Back home, recycling felt like a nice suggestion that mostly ended up in a landfill anyway. You throw a plastic bottle in a green bin and hope for the best, right? Germany said, nope, we are putting a cash incentive on this. It's called the fan system. When you buy a bottle of soda or water at the store, you pay an extra 15 to 25 cents deposit. When you finish it, you take your empty bottles back to any supermarket, feed them into an automated machine in the wall, and it spits out a receipt giving your cash right back. Because of this, Germany recycles over 98% of its bottles. People don't litter bottles because every bottle is literally money sitting on the sidewalk. Number 5, filing taxes without losing your mind or paying TurboTax a fortune. American tax season is pure psychological torture. Back home, the IRS knows how much you owe, but they refuse to tell you. You have to guess using expensive software, and if you guess wrong, you face penalties. It is absurd. In Germany, the tax authority gets your income data directly from your employer. For most average workers, filing is either automatic or takes 15 minutes online using their system called Elster. You review the pre-filled numbers, click submit, and you're done. No spending $100 on private software companies whose whole business model relies on keeping taxes confusing. Number 6, safe, walkable communities where kids actually have independence. One of my first culture shocks here was seeing 7-year-olds walking down the street by themselves, wearing high visibility vests, riding the bus to school totally unchaperoned. Coming from America, where parents get judged if a kid plays on the lawn alone for 10 minutes, I was shocked. But German urban planning puts people first, not massive highways. Neighborhoods have traffic calm zones and wide bike paths everywhere. Kids get actual independence and learn how to get around safely, while parents aren't forced to act as full-time suburban chauffeurs driving giant SUVs 5 miles just for a playdate. Number 7, mandatory vacation and real work-life boundaries. By German law, full-time workers get at least 20 paid vacation days a year, but most actual corporate jobs offer 30. That is 6 full weeks of paid leave every single year. And when Germans go on vacation, they actually disconnect. If your boss emails you while you are on holiday, nobody expects you to reply. In fact, contacting employees during time off is culturally frowned upon. In the US, we wear burnout like a badge of honor, bragging about answering emails at midnight. In Germany, if you work through your vacation, people don't think you are dedicated. They think you are bad at time management. Now, quick thing before we get to the worst 2 on this list, or honestly, the most shocking 2. The data on this channel shows that over 80% of you watching right now are not actually subscribed. That means you are showing up for the story time, but the algorithm has zero reason to show you my next video when it drops. So do me a quick favor, hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss the next one. It takes 2 seconds, helps out the channel tremendously, and I would love to have you around. Alright, number 8, legal protection against random firings. In America, most states operate under at-will employment. Your boss can walk up to your desk on a random Tuesday, hand you a box, and fire you effective immediately with zero explanation and no severance. You lose your income and health insurance in 30 seconds. But in Germany, once you pass your initial probation period, you are protected by strong labor laws. Employers cannot fire you on a whim. They need a valid, documented reason and must give a mandatory notice period, usually anywhere from 1 to 6 months depending on your tenure. This gives workers time to find a new job without falling into immediate financial ruin. And finally, item number 9, guaranteed rest through mandatory quiet hours and Sunday store closures. When I first moved here, the whole everything is closed on Sunday thing drove me crazy. I was used to running errands and grocery shopping on Sunday afternoons. But after living here 3 years, I get it. In Germany, Sundays are legally protected as days of rest. Stores are shut, and there are strict rules called Ruhezeit, quiet time, where you aren't allowed to mow your lawn or make loud noises on Sundays or after 10 p.m. At first, it felt restrictive, but it creates a collective deep breath, one day a week where nobody is hustle grinding, and everyone just goes to the park or hangs out with family. Germany solves societal burnout by literally hard-coding rest into the calendar. So look, Germany definitely isn't perfect. Trust me, I could make a whole separate video about German paperwork that would make you cry. But when it comes to these 9 things, they prove that a modern society can prioritize health, education, rest, and safety without the sky falling down. What do you guys think? Which of these 9 things do you wish your country would steal? Drop a comment below, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!